Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again. We're going to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a video talking about a recent casting call, according to SpoilerTV, for The Walking Dead Season 4. 3 new characters, possibly. Could they be Abraham, Rosita, and Eugene? Okay, so I'll put the link to the article in the description so you guys can go ahead and check it out. It is being reported from SpoilerTV that it's going to occur in Season 4, Episode 10, and they're going to be reoccurring roles. Now, the names of the characters are different, just like with Bob Stuckey. They named him, I think, Rory Stark, if I remember correctly. And they've done that all throughout the past when they put out a casting call, and then after, we kind of figure out who it is. Now, for this one, there's 3 of them that are being reported. The first one is for the special name, John Tyler. Says early 30s, vulgar with rough edges but wise. Next one is Wayne Kesey, early 30s, very smart and an experienced liar. So that sounds a lot like Eugene. And then the first one, John Tyler, would probably be Abraham. Then the last one is Jordana Barraza, late 20s, tough, Hispanic, and beautiful, shamed about her past. So that one would be Rosita. Now, what are the chances? Could it be totally different, not those characters at all? Well, I mean, based on the descriptions, it really does sound like the 3 of them. Plus the fact they put out the 3 as a casting call together, and the ages are correct. The her being Hispanic, Rosita actually being Hispanic, makes sense. The ages, I would say Abraham would be in his 30s. Same with Eugene, I would think. 30s or maybe early 40s. Because Eugene, didn't he have some gray hair? I think he has some grayish hair. But, I mean, that doesn't matter too much. And very smart and experienced liar. Yeah, that definitely does sound like the 3 of them. So if this is legit from SpoilerTV and the report of that casting call actually is legit, that would be very cool to see them in Season 4 about that time. So we would have Season 4, Episode 10 through probably 16 when we would be seeing those characters. So that must mean that at least a portion of Rick's group is going to be leaving the prison. Whether or not Rick and Carl and a few others stay, Tyrese and Daryl and the others leave, we'll have to see what happens with that, whether or not everybody leaves or they sort of split up. I'd like to see the group split up because the group is so big at this time that Rick's group, the survivors, that you could split them up into 2 and then have different storylines happening with both of them at once, as well as have the governor out there, maybe the hunters or something like that, and mix them all in together. Now, this group right here, these 3 are going to probably meet up, probably in similar fashion to how it went in the comic books. Maybe have them meet up with Rick and Herschel and the rest at the farm or at the prison or something of the sort, depending on where they go. I really hope they do that and split up the groups and really separate up the the storylines, because that would be really cool to see for the series. If they all stay together all the time, it's more going to be centralized around that, and then like in Season 3, for example, we had that and Woodbury. Whereas here, we could have, multiple groups all over the place, and I think that's more exciting when you have, different groups encountering different things. And maybe, be interesting to see who Rosita, Eugene, and Abraham meet up with, if it's going to be all of Rick's group or just a portion of them, and then where they go from there. Will it be exactly the same as the comic books, where they basically meet them up and they head towards Washington and then they end up at Alexandria's safe zone, or what's the case? Some other people have suggested that maybe what Daryl, Tyrese, and the others hear on the radio is from the Alexandria safe zone, so maybe they'll go there. A lot of unknowns, but it is fun to speculate. And it does seem like this season, Season 4, they're really sticking to the comic books a lot more closely in a lot of ways than they did in Season 3. Or at least a lot of the stuff that's coming out seems like it's really inspired by the comic books. The whole Tyrese, everything with him is like straight out of the comic books for the most part. I guess Michonne tracking down the governor, we heard about that. Again, very similar to the comic books, but a little bit different because you had Andrea dying then, so she wants revenge for that. And some differences with Rick's group being at the prison, them being attacked instead of having to run because the governor can outpower them just in manpower. This time he can't, or at least he can't so far as we know. So we'll see what happens with the group, and it actually does seem like we'll probably be seeing a bunch of new locations, and maybe even the Alexandria safe zone in season 4. So I'm excited for that if we do get there, and how closely they stay with the comic books. I hope they kind of try to distance it and don't make it exactly the same. That way it's more surprising, it's more interesting, because we already know what happens in the comic books. We already know that whole storyline. I like it more when they separate more, for the most part anyway. So anyway, let me know what you guys think about the 3 of them coming in season 4. Is it too early to bring them in? At first I thought it was. I didn't think we would probably see them in season 4, but the thing is there's 16 episodes, and each one's going to be, 42 minutes long, 40 minutes long? So you're really going to need a lot of content to be able to put out a season of 16 episodes, You can add things and all of that, but they're going to catch up to the comic books probably pretty quickly at that rate. By the time we get to season 7 or 8, you'll probably be similar if they go like this way, if they go based on the comics, to catching up to it. So we'll see what happens with this. Hopefully it's legit. We do get to see Abraham and Eugene, and Rosita, because I think they are a great group and really interesting characters. Should be fun to see. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about the 3 of them occurring in coming into the Walking Dead television series, and what you think about the idea of Rick's group splitting up. I like the idea. I think it would make things really interesting. Anyway, I'll call it here. That's it for this video, guys. I'll see you for the next one. This is Trev, and I'm saying peace.